What do these unnatural things actually do once we put them in bodies? Why did the dogs in F. Magendie's study die faster when sugar was added to their diets? Why are more people getting sick than ever before? Why are more people suffering from obesity than ever before? And why is cancer predicted to soar by 50% by the year 2020? The answer may frighten you, as it did me. Doctors are now saying it could be the widest spread health hazard to hit North America since cigarettes, polio, HIV, or hepatitis. In our lifetimes, this one thing will affect more Americans than all four of these combined. In 2005, molecular biologists at Rice University estimated it was already affecting 70% of the American population. What is it? It's the consequence of the unnatural elements we've been exposed to, and the deep, dark secret the food conglomerates are right now, as we speak, spending millions of dollars to try and sweep under the rug. They have some help from the killer itself, because this disease takes over your body from the inside. Most never even know it is there, until it's too late. Its name is Candida, otherwise known as the American parasite. Candida is a type of fungi, a single-celled member of the yeast family. Where did it come from? Was it carried over on a boat from Africa? Or did it come from livestock? Actually, no. Candida is a natural resident of your digestive tract, along with 25 trillion other bacteria, some good and some bad. So long as the balance stays in order, which scientists say now is 80% good bacteria to 20% bad, your digestive and immune systems will continue to function normally. But here's where the problem starts. Candida is a member of the yeast family. And do you know what yeast likes to eat? You guessed it. Refined sugars, artificial sweeteners, and preservatives. All of the things that have been added to our food supply in just the last 50 or so years. Maybe you did the experiment back in science class, where you put yeast on a petri dish and fed it sugar to get it to grow. That's what's happening in your stomach right now. Let's take a look at that picture again. These are actual Candida albicans growing in a petri dish. When you feed the Candida, it starts to breed, faster and faster and faster. Soon it has outnumbered the good bacteria in your stomach. Then it makes its way into your upper and lower intestine and throughout your entire GI tract. Before long, it begins to expand into other parts of your body, resulting in serious medical problems that can cripple your ability to enjoy a happy life. Fatigue, weight gain, sleeplessness, bloating and gas, irritable bowel syndrome, constipation, skin problems, fungal infections. These are just the start of the havoc Candida can wreak onto your body. If you're suffering from any one of these symptoms, it's very likely this parasite is to blame. When you take antibiotics, Candida growth accelerates even faster, as antibiotics kill off many of the good bacteria that would otherwise keep it in check. It's because of all this, doctors estimate that currently, at the time this video was being produced, in the fourth quarter of 2013, 80% of all Americans suffer from some degree of Candida overgrowth. Dr. David Perlmutter, a personal advisor to Dr. Oz, who you may know from the show, and his current New York Times bestseller Grain Brain, recently stated, "Those of us who deal with this health condition in a clinical setting are witnessing what now seems almost epidemic." Dr. David Perlmutter. The reason Candida is so dangerous is because it directly affects your digestive system, which is the largest internal organ in your body. It's also the home of your immune system. So when your digestive tract is weakened, so is your ability to combat sickness and disease. Left untreated, it can begin to affect every area of your life. Here is a list of common Candida symptoms composed by Dr. Mark Hyman, recognized Candida authority and best-selling author of The Blood Sugar Solution. General symptoms include chronic fatigue, loss of energy, general malaise, decreased libido, sensitivity to foods, chemicals, or other allergens, eczema, psoriasis, irritable bowel syndrome, toenail fungus. Gastrointestinal symptoms include thrush, bloating and gas, intestinal cramps, rectal itching, altered bowel functions such as diarrhea or constipation, yeast infections, frequent bladder infections, irritable bladder. Hormonal complaints include menstrual irregularities like pain or bleeding, premenstrual syndrome, thyroid dysfunction. Nervous system complaints include depression, irritability, inability to concentrate. Immune system complaints include allergies, chemical sensitivities, low immune function. And if your past history includes chronic yeast infections, chronic antibiotic use for infections or acne, oral birth control pill usage, or oral steroid hormone usage, your chances of having Candida overgrowth are greatly increased. One of the scariest things about Candida is the way it begins to reprogram you to crave more of the foods it wants. It hijacks taste buds, brain chemistry, and hormones to make you want foods that make it grow faster and mess you up even more. Breads, sugars, refined carbs, sodas, fried foods, carb-heavy foods like pizza and pasta, and of course, desserts and sweets. Do you often find yourself craving these things? If so, it's probably not because you're a naturally unhealthy eater, but because the bad bacteria has taken over. It's like they're down there in your stomach yelling, "Feed me!" forcing you to want foods that worsen your condition, make you gain weight, and make it literally painful for you to go on a diet that doesn't include them. Candida has also been linked to many studies showing it could be the #1 cause of obesity. As Doctors Carolyn Dean and William Crook write in their 2005 book, The Yeast Connection in Women's Health, most women don't have even an inkling that their symptoms could be caused by yeast overgrowth in their bodies. The number of women suffering in silence, not even knowing what is really wrong, and blaming themselves for failing is, I believe, literally numbered in the millions. Millions of women who can't lose weight and have no idea why. The same holds true for men. Once the excess yeast is destroyed, many find they are able to lose the unwanted weight quickly and easily, even that stubborn belly fat most diet plans can't touch. So now let's talk about how to fix it. Here's the good news. To start feeling better, you don't have to necessarily get rid of all of the Candida. You just need to balance them out. As I mentioned before, your gut is also home to a lot of good bacteria. To start feeling your best, you just need to get to the 80-20 balance. 80% good bacteria, 20% bad bacteria. There are 2 ways to do this. The first is going on a real, all-natural diet. That means completely eliminating all processed foods, refined sugars and carbs, artificial sweeteners, and also white breads. Then supplement your body with foods that are high in a special kind of good bacteria called probiotics. Probiotics are clusters of good bacteria that, like a powerful army, go into your stomach and form colonies that far outnumber the Candida. They were first brought to attention in 2008 by Nobel Prize-winning physiologist Eli Mechnikov. Noting that Bulgarians at the time lived longer than anywhere else on Earth, he set to find out why, and deduced that it was because of their yogurt-heavy diet. He even named the first probiotic strand he discovered, Lactobacillus bulgaricus, as a tribute to them. Foods that are high in probiotics include sauerkraut, kefirs, olives, and fermented vegetables. Eliminate the unnatural elements from your diet and start eating those foods, and your gut will eventually balance itself out. But let's be realistic. In today's world, that is nearly impossible. Who wants to never eat out at another restaurant, or never go over to a friend's place for dinner? Luckily, there is now a better way. Scientists have recently figured out how to load your gut with probiotics without having to change your diet at all. They've been able to put these living bacteria into pill form, so you can take them with your meals, no matter what those meals may be. They offset the bad foods you eat, populate your gut with good bacteria, and instinctively balance you to the right ratio. Once this happens, all sorts of exciting changes can happen in your body. You have more energy, feel more alert and more active. You can focus better on work. You feel smarter, more productive, more creative. Many no longer have the need for coffee or caffeine, as your body is now able to get more energy from food and tap into it easily. Dr. Alan Walker, professor of nutrition and pediatrics at Harvard Medical School, recently stated, "Evidence from clinical research demonstrates that adding good bacteria to the diet promotes a healthy digestive and immune system. This makes your disease-fighting ability stronger, so you get sick less often." In a 2001 study, children from daycare centers in Helsinki, Finland, were given milk with and without probiotics. Those who drank the probiotic-enhanced milk were 17% less likely to get a respiratory infection, and 16% less likely to call in sick because of illness. Harvard Medical School has also recently gone on record to proclaim probiotics' effectiveness at preventing vaginal yeast infections, as well as antibiotic-induced diarrhea. Dr. Michael F. Roizen, New York Times best-selling author and chief wellness officer at the Cleveland Clinic, recently said, "Taking probiotics is a habit that can really benefit the digestive system, which is intricately connected to our overall health." Many also find weight begins to fall off, since your gut processes food more efficiently. If you've had trouble losing weight in the past, it could be because the Candida have clogged up your digestive tract, which can greatly slow down your metabolism. You'll also notice those carb and sugar cravings fade away. You'll actually find yourself craving good, healthy foods that make you look and feel great. All in all, your digestive tract contains 60% of the cells in your body, so it's no surprise that clearing it up can make you feel like a whole new person. Oh, and before I go, I feel it's important I tell you about one more thing. It's important we talk about the costs of not taking care of your gut, because this is not a problem that fixes itself. If you are currently suffering from fatigue, irritable bowel syndrome, skin rashes, reduced sex drive, low energy, obesity, or lack of sleep, then chances are you are one of the 80% of Americans who has some form of Candida overgrowth. Unless you are willing to make an immediate, drastic change to your diet, symptoms will only worsen for you as the bad bacteria continues to grow. Think of it this way. Imagine if all of a sudden you decided to never brush your teeth ever again. The plaque buildup that would form is not unlike what goes on in your gut when it's untreated. Sure, you'll be fine for a while, but eventually you'll begin to get cavities and mouth rot, and then you lose your teeth, and you are out of luck. It's very likely the exact same thing is going on in your gut right now. The food that causes bad bacteria to grow on your teeth is the same food that goes into your stomach right after. So it only makes sense that it would cause bacteria growth there also. But in your gut, the consequences are much more severe. While your mouth and teeth are certainly important, they are just a small part of your body. Your digestive tract is your core. It actually contains 10 times as many cells as the entire rest of your body. Untreated, it could begin to affect your health in ways I'd never wish upon anyone. Bad breath, constipation, acid reflux, indigestion, fatigue, lack of sleep, skin problems. These are just the early symptoms. The scariest part is that with 70% of your immune system in your digestive tract, if it can't function properly, you become susceptible to not just getting sick, but to some very nasty diseases like ulcerative colitis, lupus, multiple sclerosis, and arthritis, and those can't be cured by balancing your gut. That's why it's critical you get this handled now, before it's too late. Fortunately, there's an easy way to fight back against the bad bacteria. Simply take 1 capsule of probiotics daily, preferably with a meal. Within just a few days, you'll feel exciting changes in your body. You'll find yourself sleeping better and waking more rested, but with new, exciting energy. You are ready to take on the world. You are no longer tired after meals and no longer find yourself craving bad foods. But when you do cheat once in a while with pizza or ice cream, you still feel great knowing it's not going to go straight to your hips. Don't be surprised if your bathroom habits become more regular. Since you are no longer a slave to your gut, multiple trips to the toilet are a thing of the past. Weight may also begin to fall off, as your body is now a food-burning machine, no longer a fat and sugar storage hub. You'll probably also discover you no longer find yourself needing caffeine, carbs, or sugar. Many claim their sex drive goes up as your body feels younger, sexier, and more vibrant. Your skin may even appear younger and firmer, as your body is better able to bring the nutrients from your food into your skin, replenishing your cells and giving you a healthy, youthful shine. And then, I can't tell you exactly when it will happen. It may be in a few days, or it could take a few weeks, but it certainly will happen. It's something I call the magic moment. The magic moment is when you wake up one day and realize that something is different. Your senses feel more powerful. You are more alert, centered, and on point. The air feels crisp, and your body feels alive. Your serotonin levels have soared, and your soul just feels like everything is right. Then you realize that's the way we humans were supposed to feel all along. And now that your body is running like a finely tuned machine, you know that you always will feel this incredible. It's a feeling you can't really put a price on. Our health is our most precious asset. Without it, we can't fully enjoy anything else.